Soviet Union are stonewalling on their holiday greetings. The people of the countries are not. Radio programming produced jointly by Americans and Soviets was broadcast here and in the Soviet Union today, live. The broadcast was called the Instant of Cooperation and was an effort to promote world peace. News 12's John Bryce has more.
First of all, health and happiness for my children. That's most important for me.
These are the sounds of the people of two nations hoping for peace. This morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, radio stations here and in the Soviet Union began broadcasting a live 5-hour program. And for the first time, people of the two world superpowers heard a program aimed at promoting a better understanding between the two nations.
I think the reason it's important is it indicates a degree of cooperation between broadcasters and different cultures, all toward hopefully the same object, and that's peace.
The theme of the program was Global World Peace. It included performances by American and Soviet singers, orchestras, and jazz musicians. The idea behind the broadcast was to allow the people of one nation to communicate with others without the usual screening by politicians and journalists.
We become more knowledgeable to the Soviet Union, and maybe we'll better understand them and find out they're just like us. You know, they want world peace, which is what we're looking for here.
The students here at Hofstra University produced a 5-minute block of programming for the broadcast. Included in that is a performance by the Hofstra Symphony, some poetry reading, and messages from American students to the people of the Soviet Union.
This will help the people to realize that there are people behind the nations, that it's not just President Reagan and Gorbachev.
If the people want peace, the government will eventually turn around and get that, and I think that's what you have to do. You have to start the people, you know, get relations set. You know, you can't let the communications break down.
The Hofstra students got the added bonus of meeting some Soviets face to face. They were interviewed by a Soviet television crew for part of a show to be broadcast in Moscow.
I'm sure that it will be received well, and I know that there is great interest to this project, and I hope it will continue.
A joint television broadcast with a similar theme is already in the works, but the success of today's program and those in the future will be measured by the leaders of the two countries and whether they receive the message that's being broadcast here.
They say that there's nothing better in life than to communicate with other people. Thank you.
In Hempstead, John Bryce, News 12, Long Island.
When we come back, Roberto Torrado will give us the weather outlook for the final hours of 1986 and for the rest of the week. Stay tuned.